Hello, good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself this evening as the Maverick and Goose of Rangers Radio. That's what they're calling themselves. Stevie and Big Southside. How we doing, gentlemen?
Hi, evening, Ox. Good to be on my sidekick tonight, Big Stevie, and good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
Evening, big man. Oh, it's too complicated for him, Southside, that much.
Aye, that's that new technology got today, isn't it? He's not managed to work it out, but it looks here.
Evening, Stephen.
Good evening, boys. It's Wednesday night. The Dream Team are back.
It's 5 o'clock and it's crackerjack, yeah? Right, okay. Right again. Listen, I know we'll touch on what used to have been the last couple of days. You both trips to the museum. Before we get into the football, I just want to get your thoughts. Stevie, on you go, mate.
Absolutely, I must admit. I've got to say they took their time doing it, and now I know the reason why. I've got to say it's top class, absolutely top class. There's a lot of interaction, the memorabilia, the history, the nostalgia, everything's there. There's a touch of absolutely everything in it. And if there's bears listening in tonight, as I know there will be, you get yourselves paid up and go and see that museum. It's absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure it was Fox's cream coat, mind you, he used to wear that cream coat. I'm sure they've even got that in a case in that museum.
The white safari jacket.
That's the number there. That's the very one.
That would be quite apt if that went behind a glass case, because he got that from a glass case. I'll leave that with you. Southside.
Aye, no, it was fantastic to go down Ox and have a look round. It's actually next to the Club Blazer, Stevie. It's next to it's James Kennedy's Club Blazer. If you've seen that when you were in, if you remember, well,
Blazer, is that not a thing that you have a fire in that with an oil drum?
Well, he was the first person to actually wear the Club Blazer, believe it or not, as it tells you, in the 1930s. But they've got that on display. I liked a lot of the ornaments and stuff they had up on display as well. Ox. Stuff that we've had for clubs over the years. For Standard Liège. They've also got stuff we got for Leeds United. Braga also presented us with some things, and the totem pole is on display as well that we got for the Seattle Sounders when we played in North America. But there's a lot of interaction in it as well, and it was very well detailed, and it's worth going, mate. Honestly, it is worth to get yourself down and have a look at it.
Just out of curiosity, this is my loaded question. We've both talked about it. You've both been and obviously enjoyed it, and we've talked off there as well. Would you go back? Because obviously it's going to change. They've got things that are going to change in it. Would you go back? Would it be something you would do occasionally? Yeah.
100%. I would definitely. Listen, I was in there an hour, I would say. I was in there. And I didn't get really seen a lot because I had to take Jamba to training. But the bottom line is, guys, you could spend a lot longer in there. As Southside says, I mean, the ornaments, the medals, the strips, the manager, everything. There's everything in there. And I don't want to spoil it because there's some wee things that you go, wow, imagine that being there. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody at this point, but it's just absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic, and it's something to be proud of, by the way. And well done to Glasgow Rangers. They've got it spot on this time. That's a phenomenal thing. It really is.
Southside?
Aye, I agree with what Stevie's saying. There's a personal letter to Dick Advocat on display for Sir Alex Ferguson, and that you can see, detailed. You can listen to all the different managers that we've had over the years, and they've got audio there. You can just pick the headphone up and you can listen into it and that. It was good. It caught my imagination as I was walking around Ox. I was surprised about how detailed it was, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I would go back maybe in another wee month or two's time, whatever. I would certainly go back and take another walk around it again and see because there will be different stuff on display as it goes over the months and the years.
asset for the club, Stevie?
Oh, man. Big time. Big time. See the fact that you can do the tour and then do the package, the museum and the tour. I mean, it's peanuts. I think they're actually doing themselves. I really do. That what they've done for the fans there is they've given us something back big time. Because the price here, they could have charged me, honestly, and I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. It's that good. I think it's a great ass. Well, look, see when we're playing the Europa League and the Champions League or whatever teams come to Ibrox, their fans get around that, man. They'll be like, wow, because there's something there. As Southside was saying, there's stuff with Arsenal, there's stuff with Benfica, there's stuff with... There's everything in there. There's absolutely something for everybody in there. And that's a big... that'll rake in a few quid-ox.
All right. Southside, that's it.
Yeah, 100%. And like Stevie says, I think a lot of people, apart from our own support, but visiting supporters, and I think they were trying to put it into some tour of Glasgow, weren't they, if you're going about and stuff. But even just to do that with Ibrox, there was, I know they've had tours on all week, where you get on Ibrox and then you come into the museum. And as you come out there, they've got the club shop there, but they've got stuff for the museum that you can buy.
Makes sense, Southside.
Yep. So, aye, it's good, and it's certainly worth a visit, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate.
Is there any truth in the rumour? And I'll leave it to you to answer. Were you two the first to be searched on the way out?
Well, I was just doing a scouting mission.
All right, okay. It wasn't me.
You're shocking, you. So you're shocking, Ox.
We
were putting stuff in there for them.
I know. It wasn't me. It was one of the listeners wanted to know. Right, but great. Out of 10, Stevie?
Oh, I'm giving it a 9.
Southside?
9.5. I think, actually, I did thoroughly enjoy it, Ox. You know, it's certainly detailed and holds your attention as you walk around. I'd say a 9.5, to be honest, at the moment.
Can I just say, Ox, see, when I was going around it, I came to a bit, there's a scarf for 1974-75 season, and you have no idea what that done to me storing my boy. I mean, I've got that particular scarf, it's in the glass case, and I thought to my dad right away, I thought that as soon as I seen the scarf, that's my dad's scarf I've got, 1974, and it's the pinstripe scarf with an actual print on the front of it. And by the way, the tears, I was fighting tears near enough, thinking about my dad, and I'm standing there with my boy going through that. And I've no doubt in my mind, at some point when you're going through that, no matter if you're a true bear, your hair's in the back of your neck, your arms will be up at some point, because it'll remind you of a game, it'll remind you of family, it'll take you down memory lane, mate, and that's exactly what it done to me. And it was absolutely fantastic.
All right. Question for you, and then we'll move on. Just last question on the museum, and I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Do you think it was something that people that aren't Rangers supporters would enjoy as well, Southside?
Aye, obviously no for the across the city, but aye, I think the ordinary fan, if you're a Partick Thistle fan or whatever, Clyde fan or whatever, you could take a walk down and get around and have a look around it, you know. It's certainly detailed and it's all about the club, and there's plenty to see in it. And to be honest, mate, you can walk in for £10. You know, £10 it would cost you if you walk in and go up and ask to get in. So, aye, it would be worth going to see. And I hope maybe some other fans that they go up and want to go and have a look around it, you know, because it is worth going to see.
Stevie?
If you love the game, mate, it's worth going to see. It's just plain and simple as that. There's a bit for any other team or Europe, whatever, want to go up there, there's something that will relate to them, because it's just unreal. If you love the game at all in any shape or form, you'll appreciate running that museum. It's absolutely fantastic. No, just because it's my club, mate. If you go into that for a 10 spot, I'm telling you now, that is absolutely still of the season. It's unreal what you're getting for a tenner. It's brilliant.
In this day and age, I mean, in central London, that's the average price of a pint now. tenner, Stevie. I'll put in
What?
no? Aye.
A tenner for a pint
Aye.
in London?
Right. That's what's happening doing that.
Oh, dearie me. Tenner? You're kidding on, aren't you? No, a tenner for a pint in London. Come on.
Yeah.
In the British Isles, a tenner for a pint?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not beginning down there. If there's any, if we're playing absolutely like that, we're taking a flask with me.
Obviously,
Is
I'm not
that
better
ten?
than
Is that 10 up?
Yeah, but that's where it's coming, mate. So put it into perspective to get an hour's entertainment. No, they're saying we're old school blue. Just said they just paid a tenner for an IPA pint in London, yeah.
Dearie me, man. I better stop complaining about the price of tickets.
Aye, correct.
Listen, can I just give you quickly? Remember I was telling you I was tying up with our German brethren?
Yes, mate. That was a what?
And what a night that was, Ox. And down the stair in the fan zone in Edmiston House. The UB and the Brimlin Collective, all the boys were there, and the Hamburg fans, and it was one of your tunes, and just let me tell you, the atmosphere was absolutely electric. And I get talking to a couple of boys, a boy Daniel and Big Bubba, that's what they call them. The two boys were brilliant. The last 20s, we gave them a bit of pat and that, no, and they ended up coming with us for a wee drink after hours up in the wee Gels Club. Brilliant. They get treated like gods. And just let me tell you, the whole weekend was absolutely class with the HSV boys. And I've been invited to the castle, me plus one. So I don't know if I want to put it up for auction. I've been invited to the castle, that's Hamburg's ground, for a good swally with these boys. So I don't know if we're about to do a summer draw for a seat with Big Stevie to Hamburg, okay? But I'll tell you, the boys were brilliant, and what a night, and it was electric. It was electric, and once again, the teddy bears cleaned up, mate. That Edmiston House was bunged, and the drink was flowing. It wasn't a tenner a pint, right enough.
Aye, Southside, first prize, night out with Stevie. Second prize, 2 nights out with Stevie.
That would be an experience. One night's enough for him.
Oh, hey, by the way, I'm telling you right now, you're all damn, man. I was doing the backstroke. I was drunk. I had a right good bevy in me. And I never learnt any German, boys. There's nothing I can report. I would like to come on and give you a bit of spiel, but I had them on the bucket today. I let them try the old butt fast.
Class to the end, Southsider.
It
was a certainty, that was. Did they enjoy it, Stevie, yeah?
Yeah, well, they just kept saying 9. I don't know if they could make us out after half an hour. I think we needed somebody with a United Nations helmet to translate stuff for us, you know. But as soon as the tunes come on, we all look teamer up, bouncing about together. That's what it's all about. The football brings us all together, doesn't it?
Yeah, superb. And you seem to be going out. Edmiston House seems to be a place that you're frequenting quite a bit all of a sudden.
Well, I'm a member, so you'll find my name on the big wall at the end in the museum. Okay.
Yes, good on you, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Right, back to the soccer, if that's all right we used to.
Yeah.
What a bit of culture. Unusual for the show, especially we used to.
Usually cultural music.
Right. Southside, we'll start for you, mate. Here's your thoughts on pre-season and particularly Saturday's performance.
Absolutely stinking. Nah, disappointed. Sometimes looking at the shape of the team and that, but it is pre-season, Ox, and this is where mistakes get sort of ironed out, and you try and see what's happening just by fitness levels, and it's a bit of a training game. I think we've had a couple of standouts that I've seen over the pre-season. I think Souters look good, which most people will probably agree with, and I think Sam Lammers has looked as if he's got a bit about him. The rest of them, to be honest, have just been average, to be honest, that's the way I see it at the moment. Nobody else has really stood out. early doors. It's really about when we click. It's gearing up for this Saturday, Ox. That's when the real football starts. So it's looked patchy at times, but to think that long term it should be promising for the club, mate, once they all settle in.
Patchy. Man, that sums it up nicely. Stevie?
I'll sum it up by saying we beat Real Madrid last season, a friendly. We thought, we're going to do well this season. So for me, I can't take into it. He's played various formations. He's played. I mean, the game against Hoffenheim was a game of two halves. Again, we were dire, and then we picked up. We grew into it a wee bit. The players that stick out for me would be big. As the South Side says, it's Lammers and the big man at the back beside the Hearts. He's they two. He's looking solid, by the way. Honestly, I said it in a previous show. He looks captain material, the big one. No, big shooter.
Uh-huh.
But if he can stay fit, he's going to be a big asset to us. But the boy Lammers, his technical ability, he's great, man. He's technically gifted, the boy. And I can't wait to see the big man up front. I know he got a wee cameo, but I'm looking forward to it. And then the boy was just one other line, Cervantes. Is he on the line?
I understand this. You might see it official tomorrow. Mate.
Aye. Well, there you go. That's absolutely brilliant. So,
we were just waiting to get the riff-raff out of the museum to show him round. So I don't know what that was. Who was in at the time?
We'd left by then, hadn't we, Stevie?
Aye. I'd be wanting to go up and see Foxy's jacket. That's a certain.
Oh, mate, I would pay to see that in a glass case.
Oh, man. That's hung in many a dance hall, for the F&Fs to Clatty Pats. Oh, there's a boy.
Still with that handkerchief and all in the top pocket.
That's when you know he changed his outfit, when he changed the colour of the handkerchief, Southside.
Aye. I did see a photo with a cravat on and all before.
It was the belt on that safari jacket that got me, Southside.
With the one with the S on it.
Oh, dear.
The snake belt.
No, the white leather belt that went with the jacket.
God's sake.
Anyway,
Brilliant.
not the fact that he got it. I mean, dreading the time, it's the fact that he still got it. Right, never mind. Sam Lammers, he seems to be the guy that the new signings people are taking to. I said last night, Southside, how do we fit him and Cantwell in the looks like their favourite position, stroke number 10 role?
I don't know. He seems to talk Sam Lammers up. We've signed him. He's looking good in that position. It might be they might not play together all the time in the one game ops. That's what might just happen. Don't know, but it might. He might not be able to fit the two of them into the one team, depending on who he plays once it all settles down. It looks like Cantwell's, to me, in the last two games has looked no very influential at all at any point. Looked a wee bit out of sorts. Against Olympiacos, we played a lot down the left and not down the right, and he was on the right-hand side of the midfield. So I don't know. That might be the two players for that position, and they might have to fight it out from time to time. But it'll depend unless we can fit them into a system that will suit the two of them. Because you'd like the two of them to be on the park at the one time. So it might just be about gelling, and it's just nothing's really gelled now that we've seen, and we're saying that we don't know if the two of them can play together or no. But you'd like to think in this jigsaw that Michael Beale's putting together that they will be able to play together.
I get it, mate. We've only started. You're right. But at the moment, with the system we've played, it looks as if there's only room for one of them in their favourite position. But things can change, yeah, Stevie?
I just don't know. I don't know. As I said, he's played that many different players in certain positions, and played so many different formations, and there's still players coming in. I just don't know. But Lammers and Cantwell, I really don't know. This season, Cantwell's no too cafe where he left last season. I think he's been kind of non-existent, to be honest, through the pre-season friendlies. I really don't know. Lammers, to me, seems to be the guy on form now. And if I was asked, I would probably play Lammers first, what I've seen for Cantwell during pre-season. But again, until the real deal, you just don't know.
I think if you're picking a team, Cantwell for Rangers is going to be in it, if I'm being honest, Southside.
Aye, he should be. And whether you move Lammers slightly to a different position to accommodate Cantwell, where he was doing pretty well, just as that number 10. But he's not looked that great since we've come back. I thought he was doing a wee bit of sand dancing at times in the park, maybe trying to please the crowd instead of doing his job. But no, it's pre-season auction. What I say, the real game starts on Saturday going forward. But I'd like to think in Michael Beale's plan that he will have room for the two of them in his team, because they are going to be two creative players, and we will need that. We go through it.
Am I right in saying, lads, that Cantwell was playing in a kind of free role last season?
I think when he was the big games he had, he was pushed more into number 10, where he wasn't wide at all, and he could go where he wanted, if you like, or the focal point of the diamond, or the link man between the midfield and the strikers, whatever role you want to call it. But I think that'd be fair to say the Merrier free role, because he was in the middle, Stevie. He didn't have the discipline of playing in the wide role, yeah?
Oh, for me, he's better. You know, he's cocky, and when he's got a free role, I think he's a better player when he's pushing up high up the park and getting in that box. But if I want the two of them playing in the team, the two of them, I mean, I wouldn't leave Cantwell out. But if it was down to a choice of one or the other, then I've got to take the guy that's looking the part the news, Big Lammers. But you just can't tell because it's pre-season, mate. You know what I mean? You don't know how these guys are going to react when it's time to do the real business. But I've not really seen it for Cantwell. He's no kicked off where he left for last season, that's for sure.
No, but do we want him to be kicking off in the pre-season games, Southside, or do they want a slow burn to build up his fitness and then get better and better as the season goes on?
I think we've got to try and get the strongest team on the park when we can. And he's obviously got a vision in his head. He's scouted these players. Michael Beale, but we imagine he's done the most there. He's went and met them all. He told them their positions, where they'll play, what he expects from them. So he's got a vision, mate. We've just not actually seen the full vision yet, because we've no, the players have been coming in, and we're probably due Cifuentes will probably come in tomorrow, something up, another player added to the squad. And so we've got to settle down, but we've got to get winning straight away, first and foremost. So I think the team that starts against Kilmarnock and probably the European game, it might change after another couple of weeks when the other players are up to full fitness. But the now, I'd like to think that Lammers and Cantwell will start, and it's hopefully they'll hit for them, and they'll have a combination and we'll have a style of play. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not playing top opposition. We're playing Kilmarnock on Saturday. It might be a dodgy park, but let's be honest, we should be beating Kilmarnock.
Is it only the park? What is this, Stevie? Is that the problem?
Listen, I've said this a few times, I think, in previous shows. We know what we're going to every year. We know what the wider park. I just think that professionals picking up 30 and 40 grand a week should be able to play on anything, red ash, grass, anything at all. They should be able to play football on anything. I don't think it's, for me, it's not a big deal for me. I don't think they should have these parts when you hit the Premier League. They should all be grass parts. I think we can all agree on that. But I'm not having this Kilmarnock. It's a leveller for Kilmarnock. We should be able to go out and beat them no matter where we play them. For me, the part's not an issue. No, I wouldn't say the part's an issue. The referee probably maybe an issue, mate.
Well, Southside, I think the part as a leveller. It always has been. Conditions, muddy parts back in the day, you would say it was a leveller. Let's say that if you were in a float band, you're not so good walking up Gardner Street, are you?
Listen, it helps the teams that play on it week in, week out. You've seen it. Livingston pick up a lot of points on it when they're home games, when they're playing on it, and Kilmarnock are pretty much the same. It's not an excuse, because we should be going there and beating them regardless. But when it's pouring the rain and things like that, these surfaces aren't as good as what they normally are when it's a bit drier and that, because when they're really wet and all that, it's a totally different bounce and the ball skids everywhere off it. It's not a good watch, or probably no good for the players, for in case they fall and get injured on it and slip, because you slip a lot easier on it. But I'd like to think Saturday we go there, we be professional, we create chances and we score goals, and that's all. But it's about at Glasgow Rangers, and I expect us to get the 3 points and get that one out the road.
Okay. The question we'll ask tonight to see what the listeners think, Stevie. Right? We'll ask them, how do we get Lammers and Cantwell on the same team? Is that all right with you, Biggie?
That's brand new with me. It's good to hear other people's opinions. Yep, get them on.
Yeah, Southside.
Aye, it'd be good to hear what people's got to say, as long as they don't want to fling them out in the wing. Lammers. That's where they'll get flung, if they want to put Cantwell in the middle. Can I just give a shout out to all the YouTubers that's on the show listening in, Ox? There's a lot of them listening in, so I'd just like to give them a shout out that they're all listening into the show. I've got Stuart and Callum and Sharpie, Rangers Loyalist and Caroline and that. So they're all listening into the show, so I just want to say hello to them all.
Well done, big man. Well done. He's came a long way, isn't he? Media savvy knows Southside, hasn't he? Stevie here.
Aye. Yep. Aye.
It's not really. I just got a text getting threatened to shout it out, or I was getting it.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, mate.
I'm going to give a shout out to all the Facebookers, all the Facebook loyalists listening to Rangers Radio night. There's too many to mention it, but they've got their own
Who's your favourites?
Well, listen, I've got to give credit to Biggie Alec Kelly, because he keeps them all going. I watch him night in, night out, suiting up all the women's bums. But I watch him giving them a bit of patter every night, and he keeps them all going. And
I must have missed that.
He's no bad. He traps me. He hangs wee carrots out and he gets people to bite. I watch it every night, and we Andy for Leeds and all them are on it, and all the lassies, they're all on it too. Fair play to them, by the way. They're stuck by the show through thick and thin. They've been there for a hell of a long time. So come on to Facebook, people. Well done for listening in. Brilliant. On the lobby there.
It's a clash of the titans, YouTube versus Facebook here, Southside.
I don't do social media, you know that. And certainly know that. Facebook.
Aye. Well, be interesting. But listen, we get great support for both YouTube and Facebook with the people that listen to the show, and we do appreciate it. We appreciate all their comments. And they help us when we ask for anything, and it's much appreciated, Stevie, isn't it?
100%. I thought you were going to do the shout out for all the Zambians listening.
Man, listen, that might not be lasting much longer, huh? You've missed out on a trip to Zambia there, because obviously I would imagine fashion's brought a lot of listeners, and there's a chance. What do you think of that, Stevie? Would you sell, or would you keep fashion? What's your thoughts?
I'm going to be honest. I would probably keep him. I would probably keep him as a squad player. I don't think he's a starter for us, definitely no, but I think he comes on and he gives us something, I must admit. And he's got the one thing you need in the game, he's got pace.
If you're basing it on pre-season, he scored one of our few goals. Few he got as a penalty kick. He had an impact better than most players have done.
Aye, listen, unless a bid comes in that's pretty acceptable for him, I don't think he's on a high wage. He's an impact player. He'll probably no start, but you can see he can score and he can be dangerous. He gives you pace in behind defences when you knock the ball over the top. Sometimes he can be a bit erratic, as we know. But no, if it's not going to break the bank and we don't get a decent bid in from him, then I think he'll probably stay about the squad and will be an impact player throughout the season.
What's a decent bid, Southside?
Waka waka zamina mina sangalewa anawam zamina mina waka waka zamina mina sangalewa anawam zamina mina waka.
We'll miss that if he goes. What's a fair bid, Southside?
4 million.
I think we need to snap his hand off, considering we got him on a free. I like fashion, but I think economics kick in, Stevie.
Aye, I'm going to go for 3 million. I'd be happy with that because he does bring something. He definitely does bring something. You can get the good and the bad in the one game, can't you? 5 minutes apart. No, it's just, I mean, look what he done at Tannadice that night. I was sitting there right in line with it in the stand, and the way he brought that ball down and banged it right in the tap bin. I mean, and then look at the 2 sets at Hampden, you know, you're going, dearie me. But he definitely does give your team something. And I'm honestly saying, I wouldn't sell him unless we're getting about 3 million for him. I wouldn't. I would try.
We'll split the difference there. We'll go for 3.5 million, and then we'll also ask the listeners, if a bid come in for 3.5 million for Fashion Sakala, would you keep him? Or would you shake hands? You know, obviously the boy's contract and his wages will come in, but I'm just talking about from a Rangers point of view. What's your thoughts on that, listeners? Come and join us. 0141 356 1972. Give your thoughts to Stevie in Big Southside. I think he's a guy that's liked with the support Fashion Southside, yeah. Even though he's frustrated, as we could have strung him up twice at Hampden, if we're being honest, but for some reason they like him, don't we?
Aye, because he tries, he shows heart and desire and passion. Aye, he's erratic. Like you said, 1 minute he's running the ball at the park after doing the hard work, and the next minute, like Stevie says, that day up at Tannadice, when they done that run, I mean, he ran for deep right through and flicked the ball with 1 foot and smashed it in, and he'll shoot when he's at the edge of the box. He gets his head down and he scores goals. And it's all right saying people might go 4 million. Well, why no? Because he scores goals. His record isn't bad last season with his goals and assists when Beale put him in the team. And at the end of the day, if Sima wasn't playing well and we've got Dessers and Danilo, if Roof goes away, he's probably our next guy that would probably contribute to goals in the team if you had him in the team. If you had to put him in as up front as a striker, we've not really got anybody else. So unless a decent bid comes in, Rangers deem fit to sell him, but I think he could be an asset throughout the season and would probably get his goals in games when we're looking for them.
Stevie's got that unpredictability, you know. You just, I mean, think back when he came on the scene, the headers he scored at Livingston and Motherwell, and you know, don't get me wrong, he's done some things where you've actually laughed. You know, even this pre-season, was it against Newcastle, who got the ball and he ran it out the park at the Copeland Road?
They ran it out. Aye, we all had a pop-up match, correct. But listen, the wee man plays the game with a smile on his face. And he does contribute. That's the whole thing. He does contribute. And he's got the one thing you all need in that game. These days, it's all athletes, his pace, and the wee man's got it. And many goals has he scored against them. He's scored in big games. It's not as if he's no. No, I mean, he should have won the game for us at part. He don't time he hit the post and he scored against them that game or not. He should have had a couple that game. He does make an impact. And I would, honestly, if you're not getting a decent amount of cash for him, at least 3.5 million, as we've came to the agreement, 3.5 million quid, it doesn't go anywhere unless it's that or above. No, that would be it for me. As I said, the wee guy played, but no matter what's happening, he's always had a smile on his face. And they Cowden beef he has, he could pull a 6-inch nail out of Aubrey teeth. But he's just a wee character, man. But he plays the game with a smile on his face. So happy days, man. If we can get 3.5 million for him, we'll shake hands with him. But if no, you keep him and you bring him on in games in the pace. when players have played 16, 70 minutes, they start to tire a bit, and then you're bringing him on with pace. So he could be a good impact player.
Aye. Listen, I think he'd go with all my best wishes. I think one of the biggest injustices I've seen. But that night in Seville, mate, when he was took off, I didn't agree with that at the time, and I still don't agree with it. I'm not just talking about because Ramsey went on to miss a penalty. I didn't like it, Southside.
Nah, I did, especially when the wee man takes penalties as well. He took them for Zambia, so...
I couldn't understand.
No, I didn't. I was disappointed that night when he done that as well. But it's like all players, if they get put on as a sub and then they get took back off again, it never looks good, does it? Unless they've been injured.
Aye. So what's it'll be interesting? What's your initial thoughts, gentlemen, on Big Butland? Stevie first, then Southside.
Listen, what can you say? You know, he's pulled off a couple of wee saves here and there, but at least he comes out off his line, and I think he's good in the ground, isn't he? So he's looking all right. He's shaping up to be all right, but time will tell, Ox. Time will tell what category we're putting him in. We'll need to play a few competitive games to see what he's really made of, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Initial thoughts, Southside?
From what I've seen him, he's come out, caught a few crossbars and he punched one. He's got the right sort of height and physique. So I'd like to think going forward that he'll be the type of goalkeeper that can take a bit of pressure off our defence. Made a good save with his legs against Hoffenheim when the boy got cut across the front of Balogun. So he's looked all right, Ox. Obviously, he's not playing in front of a settled back four yet, but so far he's been all right.
What did look sort of strange when he was standing under the bar and he was the biggest and he's putting his hands up in his tower, and we're not used to that Southside,
No, not at all.
No.
But he's got the physique, Ox, and you'd like to think that he'll command his area.
All right. And what is the back four in front of him going to be in your thinking, Southside, then, Stevie?
I think, Saturday, I would think it would probably be Tav. He might fling Golson in, but I would have Suter, Davis and Ridvan.
Suter, Davis and Ridvan for me, aye. If Golson doesn't get the run out, I'm exactly the same as you, Southside.
Obviously, Tav, right back.
Tav, captain.
Do you think that we talked about it last night? Do you think there's any chance Golson starts at the weekend, Southside?
I think he might. The manager might put him in. I wouldn't, but the manager might. I don't know what level he's at in fitness and all that, but I just think that Ben Davis and John Suter have played a lot more game time than him. They'll certainly be fitter in him. And it'd be a bit of a gamble to stick him in. And I think, but maybe the manager will think differently. And no doubt we'll probably get it wrong and he will start.
For me, I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll start because the open training session, they've done a hell of a lot of work himself. He was working away himself on one or two things. And as you said, Southside, he's not a lot of game time pre-season. So I can't see him getting flanked. It's got to definitely be Suter Davies. So that's where I think it'll be.
All right, okay. That'll be interesting. Would we think that any other player, nobody else but Connor Golson, would think would be remotely in line to play the weekend with that injury record and not having any game time, Stevie? Yeah? Why do we think he's different?
I don't know. Listen, you know yourself, he was a mainstay in the team for donkeys. You know, he played every minute in seasons and everything else. The boys had an injury, but look, can Beale really afford to maybe fling him in there, not having a lot of game time pre-season? We've got to get it right this season, Ox. But we can't take any wee risks or any chances. We've got a big, strong enough pool now. These boys should be able to play against Kilmarnock. Davis and Big Suter should be fine against Kilmarnock. I wouldn't risk it. I definitely wouldn't risk Connor Goldson and all. And you might be pushing the boy on that plastic pitch too, which the professionals don't like playing on it at all anyway. So, but I wouldn't be risking him in case it gives him, sets him back in any shape or form either.
Southside.
Listen, he'll probably burst into play, won't he? We need to get him back playing, but I don't think we need to rush him back, to be honest. He might think he wants to play him in the European game at Ibrox, and he might have had that penciled in for him, and he might have to give him some game time on Saturday. I don't know what's in his thoughts, but I just think these 2 games are coming too soon for him. But it'll be the manager's pick. But I'd like to think you'll be sensible about it and just play Suter and Ben Davis on Saturday against Kilmarnock.
All right, another big call then. We'll ask our listeners, would they have Connor Goldson involved? I don't get it, personally. If you talk about sports scientists and match fitness and pre-season, and he's not done any of it, and then you're going to throw him right in, I just don't understand it. It throws all that out the window for me.
I thought he might have maybe penciled him in for the Morton game at Ibrox in the Cup.
That would make sense, but
give him some training sessions and then put him in at that game at that stage,
Mm-hmm. That would make sense, but
yep.
a big shooter burns it up, Stevie, and he's my best player, and I hope he's no, because we want my forwards to be the man of the match, if you know what I mean. But if he keeps up his level of consistency, well, Connor will need to fight for his place.
100%. Listen, Big Suter's commanding. Big Suter's a machine, man. And see if he can just stay fit, he'll be an asset to us. And I say that off air, and I'll say it again. The big man's actually captain material. See where he's on. He's got that heat on where he's winning everything, and he's in about everything. He's solid. He's absolute solid. So for me, Big Suter, if he is a good season this season, Big Suter, I'll tell you now, he's captain material, because I think Tav's only got this season in him, and then the big boy Dijon Sterling, he'll be coming on and being Tavares this season, and I just think next year could be Suter. If he is a good season this season, he could end up Rangers captain next season. He stays clear of injury. I know Big Golson's he's the understudy captain, isn't he? He's what do you call it? The vice captain.
Vice captain.
I just think, I don't think it would go to Golson. I really don't. I think it would just go to Suter. I really do. But I think Suter can be a big key player for us this season. Stays fit, 100%.
Then we'll get a dilemma: who plays on the left? Southside.
Well, I keep saying it. If you want to get the best out of John Suter, he's comfortable on the right-hand side. And if he's playing well in that position, then why would you move him? Ben Davis should be good enough. We know he's not as good in the air at times, and we know he's a wee bit lightweight, but this is his second season now, and I'd like to think he'll be a bit tougher and stronger. He's good enough to play against the majority, if not just about all the teams in Scotland. So I don't see the clamour about everybody wanting rid of him and flinging him out the team, but I'd like to think he'll probably play on Saturday. I know the two of them had an illness, but if the two of them have recovered from their illness, I'd expect the two of them to play, and I wouldn't see Ben Davis having a problem at Kilmarnock on Saturday.
Can I give you a wee update, Ox?
Yes, go on then.
The Genk game has went into penalty kicks, 2 each after full time and into extra time, and now it's at penalty kicks, and the first penalty is just about to get took. So our opponents in Europe, it could go either way here.
Are you all right with the penalties? Do you need 2 arbitrages?
2 what?
He's done a few penalties in his time, ain't you, Stevie?
Oh, dear. Every day, man. Aye. So there you are. So, by the way, the other I can't remember the name of the other team. I know Genk, but the other team were doing in 10 men for 5 minutes into the game, and it ended up 2 each. So Really a good game, and the two teams are looking no bad. We're going to get
Oh, no.
What's up with you?
That trumpet's just missed a penalty.
Have you went for somebody to get through?
Aye, he's already booked his trip to Genk.
Oh, you enough.
I never thought of that. I forgot about that. That's right, he's booked.
Aye, he's a bloody idiot.
No, I'm not.
How do you know?
It's only one penalty down. Give a break, right? It might change. Sometimes you've got to go in early to try and get the benefit. Do you know what I mean? So,
Aye,
I know you.
I thought something wrong there, Steve.
I wanted to do no.
As soon as you mentioned that, I remembered. Oh dear.
Listen, I need to keep in with that man because I need to get a ticket. He'll get me a ticket.
What for? You've got one for Saturday, haven't you?
I am there, of course.
Well,
Aye.
we'll be there on Saturday.
I like a killie pie. Since they got that court case sorted out, I had a killie pie. Oh, I was on edge when that court case was on. So I was on edge. But it's now the Kilmarnock pie.
That'll be a good day for you. You Southside, Robert.
Oh, Robert will know where to find him, won't he? He'll be stalking the pie stalls.
Aye, Robert's a top bear. Passionate top bear. Robert's one of my favourites.
Is there any truth in the games all last season he only see 3 goals Southside?
But aye, well, 4. 4.
That's terrible.
Honestly, it gets that bad. He sends Jamba now for it. You know what I mean? It's disgusting behaviour sometimes for him.
Not at all. And can I just say, if Robert does tie up with us, remember who my friends are. No, it's a bag of laughs hanging about with a funeral director, so it is. But anyway, yes, I'll be there. I'll be there in good spirit. Can't wait till the season starts. Come on there, famous Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah. So, aye, it's coming. We're getting excited. Is this Genk Serviette? I thought you didn't remember that, Stevie. Oh, it was you know them napkins. Is this being the real news?
It's Genk 1, napkins 2.
Oh, he can't talk. Southside, we'll need to leave Southside for a minute. It's just me and you, Stevie.
Oh, all Southside sitting at the edge of the couch. So yeah.
Deary. Yeah, well, you never know.
Oh, we'll need to do a football kid quick, get his money back.
But, talking about prices of pints, by the way, is the price of, what do you call it? Where are they face? Switzerland, are they?
Aye.
Well, by the way, the price of Southside, they wonder why you kicked they won.
That's about the.
Dear.
Well. Need to get a whip round. Do you need to get a whip round going?
That's some result considering they've had 10 men for, what was that? 100 odd minutes, yeah?
It is, aye. Listen, if we get a defibrillator in this studio, because they all Southside's ready to kill out here.
That's a great idea.
Well, see, at the end of the day, there's 10 flights up for grabs. If you want to go on a duty-free run.
Anybody who wants to visit Belgium next Wednesday.
Get your duty-free in.
Listen, Stevie, we shouldn't have done to go for Survey to go through if he'd pick Genk with the Southside Super 6, shouldn't we?
Exactly, aye. If we picked to go to that country, we must have knew it was odds on when we're going somewhere else.
It gets worse, doesn't it, when one of our presenters texts me to tell me that Gent's missed 2 penalties.
Dear. That's rubbing salt.
It's about as bright as a 2-watt bulb.
By the way, Southside, that's like me running down at half time and the lassie's just pulling the shutter down slowly on the pie stall. That's what's happened to you tonight, look. That's what's happened to you with the penalty kicks, look.
Hold on a minute. I put this telly in.
Aye, by the way, Genk suit. Genk get beaten penalty kicks, so we now know it's Serviette or whatever they're called. We'll call them. What will we call them? Ox.
For you, napkin.
Napkin. We're playing napkin. Brilliant. So what will happen there, Southside? What were you need to do? Will you be doing it Barhead first thing in the morning?
No, there was a plan B. He was doing a route on a plan B. Just means, aye, well, a wee bit dearer than it would have been, but hey ho, it is what it is.
A wee bit dearer.
Just like the Southside Super 6, he gambled and he lost.
Oh, dear.
That's you opening your mouth, Stevie. He had actually forgot about this.
No,
Now I'm getting tormented.
Just don't worry, mate. You'll get your money back with the last man standing.
Correct. Super 6 this week, mate. Super 6.
Aye. By the way, I tried to go onto that and it just came up badges, by the way. How's that? That link you sent me, was that you at the Madam?
See that mate of yours, Stevie, keeps texting us and the line is going to tell him to stop.
Okay, right.
Aye, tell him the right van's coming for him if he keeps it up. Aye, I've already said there's flights, so stop texting me.
Right, where are we?
Listen, that's made my night. That's made my night, by the way. You booked a ring country. That's made my night.
I wasn't going to mention it.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, listen, mate, we'll go off. We'll take it done together.
That's what friends are for.
We'll take the done together, mate. We'll just double the fare up. That's it. Don't worry about it. We'll do something with the duty free to get our money back.
You're not up for when he's gone. You're not up for Switzerland.
Yeah, never know. Things develop.
Aye.
You know, it would have been better again, but you're not up for it. It's doable, mate. It's doable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Instead of Belgian chocolate, it'll be Swiss Toblerone.
Steve will not mind either.
A few Alps, yes. The old Toblerone. You get the big massive one. Is it a metre they call it? A metre? A big giant one? I can't just sit and chew away on that. No problem. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, mate, no matter what, you'll be there and you'll be there supporting the Teddy Bears. Let's just hope we get a good belt at them at Ibrox. The crowd get behind them. We can go there a couple of goals up. I think we're going to need it, to be honest, because they're no slouches, what I've seen so far anyway. And they played that game. They played that game more or less with a man down.
Aye, that's it. I mean, you've got to say that he played that amount of time in a close European time, come out on top, even on penalty kicks. That's a great result, if you're being honest, Southside.
Aye, Ox, it was for them. See, to be honest, I seen the first game as well. I could have finished 4 each. That game, you know, they're a good team. And it will be a hard game for us, so we'll need to be right on it that night, to be honest.
By the way, I'm just Geneva Airport. See that Geneva Airport is one of the cleanest and best airports I've ever been in my life. By the way, it's absolutely top class. So
he's having a go at you. Where were you coming back from?
Aye, the Swiss whip.
By the way, automobiles, by the way, that was plane trains and automobiles. That was Manchester, Porto to Faro. Faro into Seville, back to Seville to Faro, from Faro into Geneva, and then from Geneva back to Manchester. By the way, I clocked up some air miles that trip, I'll tell you. That was unreal. I'll tell you even better, man. I says to Jamba, oh, look at that watch, that's lovely. No realising what shop I was standing outside. I said, I went in and asked him what that watch is, the lovely blue face on it. And Jamba came back out and he went, Dad, it was only 23,000. 23 grand. I'll never forget it. The Wayne's face. He was like, "You idiot."
Did you get it for your Christmas?
Oh man, that's a dream, Matt. You'd need to win the lottery to get that, wouldn't you? No less Bridgeman's got an old one lying about it once ready. It'll go with Fox's jacket if I can mastermind something. The glass cut that open, get that jacket out of that museum.
Oh, that jacket would be priceless now. Priceless. Right, okay, right. Just going back to what we talked about. Last man standing. We've had a quick poll amongst the panellists and the people that are involved with the show, and it's come out with no objections, and it's been put forward that we're going to donate any profit we make. We will make some, not a lot, but it's a bit of fun. We'll go to Glasgow Sick Children's Hospital. So a worthy cause, Southside?
Yep, that sounds good to me, mate. Worthy cause.
Stevie?
Can't get any more worthy than that, can you? Helping Wayne's. Absolutely brilliant gesture. Brilliant. And by the way, and I'll say it again, this wee show, wee platform, does it take a penny, and the charity work it's done over the last, I don't know how much money, it must be close to nearly £20,000 over the last so many years. It's been absolutely brilliant what the wee show's done, and well done to everybody. It helps, and the listeners all dig deep.
You hear all the people that donate, and what we've done Erskine twice, the Robert Mulholland Memorial Fund, we've been involved with that a couple of times, yes. Some close to you. Erskine maybe 3 times, I think we've done a football kid for Erskine with the ball you gave us, Steve, remember back in the day?
Yep, that was cracking. I don't even know if that got to the punter because nobody might be.
It was a friend of Old School Blues, remember, in Luton?
Yep, that's right. Aye, so we did. Aye, it was. I eventually got there. That's right. But no, I mean the Emmy Smiley Foundation and all the Emmy Smiley charity done well with it as well, and the day people and all what the day people do as well for that charity, man. That's unbelievable charity. So well done to everybody concerned. The wee platform's done great when it comes to charity. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, this is a bit of fun. Last man standing. Look, you can get involved by going on at shop.rangersradio.online. You can get a shot there, and it's a $5 and get involved. $2.50 will go to the winner, and $2.50 will go to the charity, and that's what the plan is. And everything will be above board. Not to worry about the outside there.
No, mate, not all the money will go to charity. I'm sure we're going to put it up there and let everybody know. We've had loads of people on the show coming back every time we've donated to all the charities that we've gave to, and I think we've raised quite a bit over the last couple of years. And it's a good effort by everybody on the show and everybody that listens in, and there's a lot of people that haven't made it on the night but have sent in donations and contributed to the charities. So we're always grateful for that when everybody helps out and looks as if we're giving it to a worthy cause or causes.
All right. On you go, Stevie. On you go, mate.
I've just got to say, I've got to hand it to the charities too, because every one of them have took the time to come back onto the show and thank us for their donations, and they've took the time to come out and come back onto the show and say, well done, guys, and thank us. You've got to hand it to them. Very nice gestures as well.
Aye, this wasn't meant. This is obviously the last man standing was a bit of fun for a bit of banter, so we can all take the mickey at each other and take the bad light off a Southside Super 6. But if we make some money for charity, all well and good, all well and good, Southside.
Yeah, mate, that's why we do it. We do it to try and have a successful night and also give away the money to charities that we all sort of agree on. And it's good that York Hill will get it this time.
Yeah, right, okay, you two, get yourself a mute. We're going to have a tune.
Today, forever and for always, we are Rangers through and through. Well, the legends come and the legends go, but Rangers live on just the same. For a new one's born. their blue shirts worn, and we all remember their names. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever, and for always, we are Rangers through and through. And there is no doubt what we're all about when we face the world and say, bring it on some more, 'cause you know for sure that we don't do walk away. We don't do walk away. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever, and for always, we are Rangers through and through. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever, and for always, we are Rangers through and through.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
The back,
Uh,
gentlemen.
Yeah, you back? He's away
You
still.
with us?
Aye, I'm here. Calm
Mhm.
your jets.
We worry about you, mate. We worry about you.
You're busy dancing round the coffee table, weren't I? We are Rangers through and through.
Oh, what was that one? You sent the video a couple of years ago. That was brilliant. One.
Oh, magic man. Magic man. Big chaos in this house. Chaos in this house when the old tunes come on. Some of them are brilliant. See that one? Up the stair, down the stair, we will follow. Oh, man. The house goes bananas, man.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, come and give us a call. 0141 356 1972. Hopes and aspirations for this year. League's a priority. I know we want trophies, but for the club, Champions League qualification, would that be fair? Would that be fair, Southside?
Aye, my priority is get this flight booked. No, he's just said it's a text. That's us sorted. Aye, want to get the league title. We want to win. We want to get a treble. Let's be honest. It's time we started dating back to win trophies, right? We need to start dominating Scotland, and we need to try and get into the Champions League. We've done all the hard work over the last few seasons, and we've had to go through the 2 qualifiers last year to get into it. It's where you want to be. Helps the club, gets us more money, puts us right on the map into Europe. So if we can do that, that'll be a Brucey bonus for the club, mate. And if we don't get there and we need to go into the Europa League game, we'll need to go and make a good dent in that. But at the moment, the priorities are the Scottish Premier League and getting into the Champions League.
By the way, we've got something common, Southside. I've just had a text there from my big mate, Tony Fagovan. Right, how are we getting to this grun? You telling me what route you're taking to see what's the cheapest way?
I thought that might have been a text to your big mate for Hamilton asking how you get to Ibrox.
Aye, wait to see his last man standing. Wait the listeners see his.
Oh, aye, I've heard aye. Oh, that's woeful, isn't it? That's woeful.
It's a rumour at the moment. We'll soon find out shortly when his name's next to it. But aye.
Oh,
Could you, Stevie? Could you sleep at night if you'd done that?
oh no, definitely no. No, definitely no, man. I couldn't even sleep at night if I took Hibs. Never mind them.
Southside, lower.
Aye, certainly. It just shows you, but some people obviously want to stay into the next round.
Oh.
And they'll want him to win. See if it's not Nietzsche in the last minute, no, and he's... No.
He's a goal. Some people would get in for £2.50, wouldn't they?
He is for a rough area, right enough, Burn Bank. Even the Rottweilers get about in pairs, no?
But he's next to the burnt out skip and the burnt out motor, so I don't know.
Come on, then, Jungle.
But I think Andy Phillips he'll be quite hot.
He'll be hot.
Aye, he's big China.
He's China, aye. He's pen pal.
You think you know people that let you down, Southsider?
I've seen that before, right? But he's still in trial, isn't he?
Well, we'll see how that goes. Used to know what it's like to be on trial,
Oh, dearie. Innocent, my lord.
The only criminal record I've got is everything Kylie Minogue done. I'll tell you that right now. I've got a good rap sheet. I've got hee-haw, it's clear. I'm happy days. I'm a law-abiding citizen, Mr. Ox.
Oh, I know that, mate. I know that. Ain't we all? Right, back to the football. Southside, you're Michael Beale. You give us your defence. I think that's the easier part of the team. Give us the rest of your team. And I want the shape as well.
Oh, do you? I think it'd be Dowell on the left, Raskin in the middle. I would stick with Cantwell on the right, but let him float a bit. And I would have Lammers, and I'd start with the two of them, Dessers and Danilo. 4-3-1-2.
Stevie?
I'm going for Raskin in the middle. Holt as a holding, as your wee sweeper. I'm going for Cantwell and Lammers. And I'm going to go for... What else am I going for? Dear. What about the big Brazilian? Is he fit? Is he going to be eligible, do you think? Is he?
Aye, I think he's further down the road than a lot of them. I think he's done his pre-season.
Aye. I'm going to go with a big Brazilian, aye. And the shape, I'm not doing very good at all. I don't know. He's going to go for a 4-1-2-3, is it? I think he might go for.
All right, just the one holding player. All right, fair enough.
Yep.
Aye. Your two teams on the far away, Southsider.
No, well, we've got to get our strikers firing, don't we? And we've got two of them, two new strikers, so you want to get them on the park. It's Kilmarnock, so no reason why we couldn't play the two of them. But I'll be up to Michael Beale, but that's the sort of team I think I'd like to see. But no doubt it'll probably be slightly different. There might be one or two changes. He might fling Golson in if he does that, and then maybe move Suter. So we'll wait and see. But we'll have a preference of what we think he'll pick. But he watches them in training and knows the fitness levels. So, and I dare say most of them will be geared up to playing in the European game on the Wednesday night at Ibrox. So I think you'll sort of pick that base of that team out, I think.
Oh, so I've just had a text with a listener saying Big Stevie loves a Brazilian. I don't know what he's preferring to, but yes, I certainly do. I'm keen on the big centre forward. He's brand new. I know that they were getting it, and it's an absolute disgrace. Mr. Kelly, you're bang out of order, okay? I'm getting abuse here, boys. I'm getting abuse here.
No comment. So I like my initial looks at Daniel. We'll see how it goes. He showed a bit of trickery, a bit of pace, and wanted to get involved. It was only a cameo, but he looked further ahead in the fitness states and Dessers, if that makes sense, Stevie.
Aye, 100%. I think the boy Dessers will come good as well, mate. I think once both of them find their feet, they'll do all right for us. I really do. This big Brazil, they've not paid that kind of money if they don't think he's got to be 25, 30 goals a season. I think once the big man gets gone, he'll really do well for us. I really do. I think he's got a wee bit of everything, isn't he? So he's a big lad too, into the bargain. The two of them are. So for me, once they start shooting and once they start firing, we'll do all right. They'll do all right for me, I think. They'll come good, mate.
Aye. What was it yourself, Steve? You said earlier on the show that we beat Real Madrid, we get carried away. We did that. Yeah. We did puffed and puffed. We struggled to beat Livingston Southside. So let's hope it's the opposite. We've not been great, and then we take off, and it's a springboard to a magnificent season. Biggie.
See, to be honest, the relief is that the pre-season's finished, Docs. To be honest, it all starts on Saturday, and we'd like to think he said he's put a lot of running into them. We played 4 games in 12 days. He said they were leggy. So hopefully this week he'll just be fine-tuning them, and you'll see a right good performance on Saturday, and that's what we're hoping for, that he's got it right in the pre-season of what he's prepped them for, and hopefully they're ready to go, mate. That's what we're hoping for. The most important thing is getting the 3 points, and if it isn't a great performance, but we get the 3 points, that'll do for me at the moment.
Anyway, we've been joined by a good friend of the show, all the way from Tennessee. It's James. How we doing, James?
Fine, Oxford. How are you?
Good.
Good boy. Brilliant.
And is that Stevie?
Yes. How's the big smoke, James? How's the big smoke?
Very good, yeah. And we've got Southside.
Southside.
Yeah. How's the fridge magnets?
I'd forgot about them, mate, but we'll get them sorted. I might as well be honest and tell you, there's no point in blowing smoke up your back. So I'll get it sorted and I'll get them sent to you, mate, right?
That's
I promise.
all right. I'm very eeasy going in life. I accept anything. What'd they say?
If you go to Belgium, you can pick them up.
No, I'm not. My trips are over. Old School Blues, a very nice guy, by the way. Very nice. I'm surprised you don't. I was saying, how are you not in the panel? You said that sometimes he talks potty, but I don't know what he meant by that. But
a top man. He's a top man. Terry.
Yeah, very nice person. It's good to, and I'm so impressed with Alex Kelly on the panel. He's very good. I like him. And
right, how much did they pay you to say that?
I say that about everyone. I like everyone. And I've not heard Blue Star. What's up with him recently? He's usually on every day.
He's been on. I think he's been on during one of the pre-season games. I'm sure when the main event starts, and Blue Star will have an opinion on it. Win, lose or draw.
Right. I had a really good player for you. I'll tell you about him anyway, because I like to talk about the players. It's called Sam Bukama. He was 6'2", played with AZ Alkmaar against West Ham. Really great defender, by the way. We got him. He's better than anyone. But he went to Bologna for 9 million, and we could have got him for free. See, the money I could have made the players up at forwards as a scout, I'd make a fortune if any millionaires are out there. Just sign me up. But there's another guy called Pantel Chatakakos who plays with AZ. He's a good defender as well, 3.5 million euros. He's a Greek international, and he played well against West Ham anyway. But over the years, I've put forward tons of players, and I've doubled their value, tons of them. Except, sorry, Kaba, I'm sorry, but I was wrong there. So I admit my mistake. Sorry, Cam.
What about our new signing we took for the MLS? What's coming over?
Yeah. I think he'll be
Cervantes.
a good signing. I don't know. I saw a few bits of him, but LA Galaxy is with. He's a very good player. But they had a player I put forward again, Rudy Pua something, a midfield player. He would have been a great signing. He scores goals and he can run through midfield. Rudy, he was with Barcelona and he's with LA Galaxy. So he's a very good player. Even all the players like him. In fact, he was in one of the top teams. They played Arsenal. They get Gubb written off 5-0 or something. But anyway, so just enjoying the show. I think we'll win the league. I'm not going to go on about the defenders because you know what I think of them. I don't want to upset people so they come on the phone and start attacking me. But oh, by the way, I scored the goal last week in a game. We won 11-1.
Who were you playing? If you
PlayStation.
No,
On the PlayStation.
Playing with my sons, my two boys, and I scored the goal. And I was playing with the coaches on Saturday. 16 coaches, and I scored the only goal of the game. So I would have been a great striker at Ibrox. But as I said, I scored 3 in a church game, and I was dropped for the final. So anyway, that's another story. I'd just like to say, enjoy the show. Very good people on it, like Amanda. Why does Amanda not stay on for a wee bit? She should talk. I like to hear her. And it's an excellent show. And keep up the good work. And I think we've made some good signings.
Yes, I hope so, James. I hope so. I hope you're right. And by the way, you're a big part of the show. Listen, we've had 2 social functions the last couple of years, and he's been at both of them, by the way, for Tennessee State.
Unbelievable. Andy's given out handfuls of gifts to everybody, and the man conducts himself in a proper manner. No, and by the way, James, you keep phoning this show, mate, because you're part of it, as Ox says. You're a good caller, and see what you're saying. I've been watching some of the people that you've told us about, and there's no many of them. There's not many of them at all. Don't make it big. And you're pretty good at doing your scout, mate. And I've been watching. Who was the guy that played with Sonny? Was it Sonny Cabba or something? Who was the wee winger that you told us about? Oh, he was fantastic.
Andres Trias. He doubled his money as well. He went to Russia and came back. He was an excellent player. He'd have been great for a right-hand side.
Oh, 100%. And that's what we were crying out for, wasn't it? You know, so there you go, James.
And see the guy that plays with Feyenoord, the captain. I said go for him years ago. It was about 4 or 5 million. He's worth 20, 30 now. The captain of Feyenoord. So sometimes Rangers don't see the thing people coming through and put the bids in, get them and take them away. They make a fortune. I would have made Rangers 30, 40 million. Not blowing my own trumpet right enough, but...
Oh, but some of the ones that you have pointed out, James, I've got to hand it to you. Some of them have no right enough, but sorry I can't. But most of the ones that you have says I've went for decent money, James. But as far as it goes, Oxy's right. We've had two charity nights, and you've appeared at both of them, mate. And thanks very much for all your efforts and endeavours and coming and joining us. And thanks for keep phoning the platform. All right, James. Yeah. Give Mr. Trump our best, okay?
I don't think I'll be back this year because I don't think I'll be back this year because I go to Mexico now quite a bit. I study Spanish.
All right, okay.
And I still play the guitar.
You got a handy, James? You got a handy?
Yeah.
No give the listeners a wee tune?
Not just now. I'm not going to. But Ox always put me at the last. He defeated my confidence went down. I'm just joking.
That's no. I tell you, James, you're one of the best that comes on the show and plays the guitar and sings. I've told you that, didn't I?
You're quite right.
You're listening to him.
You're quite right, Southside. He's the best singer and guitar player we have one for Tennessee. You're right, mate.
What do you mean, the only one from Tennessee? What happens if I move to another country? I'll need to change my name. I never know. James from Mexico, maybe. Anyway, I'll let you go, but it's an excellent show. I think we'll win the league. We just need to sort out the defence and make sure we really attack teams. And the best method would be do what that other lot do. Go about 4-0 up and bring on the other 5 subs and we'll win. Okay, all the best. I'll let
Cheers,
you go.
James. Cheers, mate.
Take care. Bye.
All the best, James.
See you later, James.
Don't forget the fridge.
You got a fridge sent out now, I know.
Fridge, man. Those things you were going to send me.
He's been quite busy. He's been quite busy the last few months.
Yeah. Okay, take care. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
I was wondering how I was going to get a fridge to Tennessee. Cost me a few quid, would it?
You might be get a cheap flight from Brussels to Tennessee.
I was going to say you get a
Ticket included. Brilliant, man.
When he walked into that first do, and then he turned up at the second do, you've got to hand it to him. I know it was just he happened to be there, but it was brilliant when he showed up, Steve, here.
Listen, he's a lovely guy, man. He's just a nice guy. He's not like us hoodlums, but no, he came all the way. He dug deep in his pocket. He brought everybody a fridge magnet for Tennessee. 10 out of 10 him, man. Well, he's a good bear. And by the way, I don't know what time he's going to these ones, but he does do a lot of good scout work. You know, when he comes out to the show, he always gives us 2 or 3 names to look out for. And at least one of them always comes up trumps. So, no, fair play to the boy. And he's a good Rangers Radio listener, so fair play to him. Brilliant. All right. It's crazy to think of people in Tennessee. What time's it there, Ox?
They're 5 hours behind us, mate, so probably just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, mate.
Tea time, sitting eating their dinner, listen to Rangers Radio, listen to us scoundrels, listen to Southside book the wrong country.
I think he was the one to go because he had these fridge magnets.
I seen the colour of the fridge magnets when I got them, green and yellow. And a wee bits of white on them. They weren't the best, were they? I did say that. But the thought was there, James. The thought was there. And I'll have to return fridge magnets to him.
You like a fridge magnet? I'll get you a few shortly, mate.
Yep.
Join the collection.
Yep.
Right. So your teams are pretty close. I don't know if any of the listeners will see it different. You know, we've got a few conundrums, which is good, Southside, eh?
You listen, Ryan Jack might come in, he might play Lundstrom in the midfield, which means he might think Cantwell or Lammers wouldn't play or Dowell, maybe miss out, maybe try Cantwell on the left, let him float about, see if he can link up with Lammers. I don't know, it's good for the manager, and like I said, he's obviously had a jigsaw puzzle that he wanted to put together, and he's got most of his pieces there, so the onus is on him now to get us a winning Rangers team that plays good football. Because that's what we want to see.
I don't know if I picked Southside up right there. Did he say Ryan Jack and the big Scouse lad in the same team there? Does that
one or the other?
You're right there, mate. They two can't play the same team. No danger. Lundstrom and Ryan Jack the same team. No, we've seen that once pre-season and it was woeful. So no for me. Definitely no for me. But no, that's fair enough. You redeemed yourself well. You only want one of them.
He's had it tough tonight, mate. Obviously, his flights haven't went the best. Yeah. And then Big James just came on and gave him it tight for the fridge magnets. He's having a bad job.
No, marry his word, does he?
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch what I'm saying, but I'll get only half the tickets this season.
At least you're clued up in that. You thought that good quickly, so behave yourself. We'll have to do a lot of begging this year to get tickets.
Aye. By the way, I'm already hearing that Hearts is only getting us 800 or something. Is that right?
That's been a normal, isn't it? Roughly about that. Anyway, they were getting us the last 2 seasons.
It's about 1,000, no?
Thereabouts.
A couple of hundred, but anyway, it's getting tight.
Do you know what I get, Stevie? I kind of get it. Aberdeen, even when we were up there, there's about 3 or 4, maybe 5,000 empty seats all over the stadium. Hearts, when we've been there, there's thousands of seats dotted all over the stadium. It doesn't make sense.
How did they not use the beach end? The traditional, remember the old wooden benches, the old beach end? How did they not use that big one stand? Do the Rangers fans
They'll not use that because
that way we've got to go right round the stadium. They're not going to have us going right round the other end, are they? Like we used to do that. You used to see them. Used to see them breakdance. They were good at breakdancing back in the day. The Aberdeen fans and used to use the beach end. Aye, down the hill. Aye.
I remember, man. I seen some sites coming down that hill, man. So we did. The old graveyard and then the big hill. Oh man, you know, unreal. And then see when the snow was in the deck, you used to see people skating down it. Right up in the air, man, away. Oof, like a bobsleigh doing it.
Some adventures up there back in the day, yeah.
Well, we've had some recent adventures. Can't get into it. Oh.
Aye, it used to be. We're always hated going up there. Back in the day, sometimes we used.
I don't know if always.
Well, aye, but after into the 80s, into the 90s and that, but we used to go up sometimes and we used to stay a weekend up there. On the Saturday, if the games were usually a Sunday.
When you stayed up there for the weekend, I hope they treated you well on the station.
I get the last train home if you were lucky.
Aye, changed his eye, but my point is, Stevie, I just think Scottish football, and I've said it before, I'm hating myself to death.
100%, Ox. 100%. Listen, we could go to the top of the tree in Scottish football. What do they know about promoting the game? What do these people know? Our national stadiums crap. Our products crap. If it wasn't for Rangers sell it, let's be honest, what would they have? Absolutely, and they don't even promote the biggest game in the world properly or nothing. It's just crap. Everything about it. Allbear's right. When Allbear talks about them, he just keeps saying crap, and that's exactly what they are. For the top to the bottom, and people hating themselves to death. And as I said, I think it was last year, the year before, St Mirren, £1.2 million losses. Yet they took the end after Rangers and Celtic fans. So that could have been 4 times a season. That full stand would have been full, and they might have only been half of that £1.2 million. I really don't get it. Livingston's got it bang on. Livingston on the daft, they've got it bang on. Gear in the 3 ends. See St Johnson and teams like that, they should be doing the same, using their head, saying to Rangers, there, you take the 3, we've got all our fans in the thing. Now they've got a wee block of ultras. You know, you could get them on a phone box and they're getting them at tight and all the rest of it. I mean, they only take up that one wee section. Instead of just saying, no, listen, you want to see better players depart next season, we get more money. If you get into the main stand and we give them that full, it's just, as you said, they're just hating themselves to death. Everything they do, there's no sense in it at all. Nothing that they do is get any sense.
The classic, you might be seeing it as early as this weekend, Southside. There'll be thousands outside trying to get in, asking for spare tickets. People jump down there because it's on the telly and they'll go and watch it. They'll take their chance trying to get a ticket. The game will go on the telly. The telly will play to the main stand. There'll be loads of empty seats behind one of the goals will be empty.
I probably understand that they used to geese. They've got their standing section up there. I noticed it the last time because it was that empty, but it'll not be full. There's certainly no chance that ground will be full for their first game of the season. And every ground we go to, seen it at Hibs, Hearts. The only team that gives most of their stadium is Livingston. You know, they give the majority. because they want to fill their stadium and get the money in off the Rangers support. So fair play to Livingston, but the rest of them are just hating themselves. That's what they're doing, and I hope Aberdeen make a massive loss at the end of the season. Probably prefer them to get relegated, to be honest, but it doesn't make sense at all in what they're doing. You think you want to fill your stadium and get the money in.
Yep. Yeah, I don't get it. Right, last moment, last half an hour of the show. We need some callers for these boys. And I'll need to give them a quiz. What do you think?
Aye, he's a quiz. I like a wee quiz.
Well, if there's any listeners out there have got any Swiss francs kicking about, I'll gladly take a donation.
Listen, talking about a quiz, by the way, I get 8 out of 10 on the quiz in the new museum. And that was me putting it on professional, by the way.
I done you.
How did you?
Because I got 14 out of 15. I can't believe the one I get rang right at the start. And I was on professional.
Well, can I tell you something?
You should be not professional tonight. They're going to have to call you Bodie and Doyle.
Well, you didn't say Starsky and Hutch.
Bodie and Doyle, mind that. The professionals mind. Mind that. Brilliant, wasn't it? Who was the wee guy in it that always put the plan together, the wee ginger-headed guy? Who was he again? No, the boss. He was the boss of the two of them. He always put everything together. Who was he, Ox?
Scottish actor, wasn't he? Oh, what's his name?
You know who I'm talking about?
Aye. What was his man was here now?
He watched it in black and white. So, the professionals there.
That was Gordon Jackson.
Ox, dig out 5 questions and see if me and Southside who gets the most.
Turn that up. You know this doesn't get done well. He sent you answers, right? I can get this already. This is how you're volunteering for this, right? None of your nonsense, Ox. Carry on, ask you stuff about the Rangers. But no quizzes.
Alex was the man for quiz questions, isn't he?
Aye.
If the listeners only knew, Stevie, if the listeners only knew.
I take it the UB for this season will be back in BF1 then,
I don't think they've any choice, mate. I think that's
I know.
But I get it, and I get what they're trying to do, and listen, they're proud of the boys, and obviously they've got members in their organisations that are seats all in the stadium. They'd like to go if they could get an area together. I understand all that, but I think the club are trying, and I think the boys are trying, but it's a conundrum, Stevie. Yeah?
Listen, it's something that's going to be on. It's just going to be ongoing all the time until the club just says, do you know what, this is what's happening. Whether he's like it or not, this has got to happen. And unfortunately, for me personally, for the atmosphere going forward, the future, and all the young team as the next wave of Rangers fans, I would honestly put the boys where they want to go. If they want to go Copeland front, I would, in the 2 middle sections, I would send the people out letters saying, we'll move you, we'll try and get you somewhere else to stand that suits you in the ground. And we just see, for the sake of moving forward and atmosphere and the bigger picture, I know people are going to say, but I've sat there for 20 years, my dad sat there, and this guy and that guy. But we've got to accommodate these boys. They can't, they're stuck in a corner, mate. And it's never going to get bigger where they are. See if they put them behind.
I don't think you should be accommodating the boys, because the boys will turn to men, and then they'll have families and they'll move on. I think you've got to encourage if you're going to obey the principle, and that's what you want, mate. Because they boys in 10 years' time will not be boys anymore. They'll be guys going there with their kids outside.
Aye, I mean, a lot of the boys that were there a few years back and that have all left, and it's a new group that's starting up, and it's going to have to progress, like you're saying, and people will want to go into it, but it is a limited period of time probably for a lot of people, and then they will move it. But if they can facilitate a section in Ibrox, don't know if it'll ever be the Copeland front, to be honest, but where they're now, it's not a bad section for them. At least they're all together for the majority of them that go all the time. But if you can expand it, maybe the way to do it is to try and expand it maybe in the Broom one. But then you maybe have to lose some families, because you call it the family stand, didn't you? And it's mostly for families. So, but I don't know.
The same problem there with the family stand.
Mm-hmm.
Because as they develop and if they become adults, mate,
Aye.
If that's full, they've got to move around the stadium. Obviously, unfortunately, there's always people flying after perch. You know, and so you have seats coming up rightly or wrongly. But if you're into it and you go into it, we have to get it right. You know, I get it, and I've met out the elbow, Steve, here. But no, the boys, the principle, the whole thing.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, right? And I know a lot of people say it's all right for Big Stevie to say, aye, just put the boys in where they want and all the rest of it, but we've sat here and sat there. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest, if they came and said to me, if I got a letter through the door for Rangers saying, look, the Union Bears are sitting in that section now, we're gonna have to move you. All right, you would be like, man, you're kidding, I've sat there for years too and all the rest of it. But see, for the sake of going forward, and forever, I just think that the atmosphere the boys bring to Ibrox is
I don't think that's right, Stevie. Because what about the people that have to go with the move you to? They'll not be happy. Anyway, we've been joined by a new caller. Evening, Colin.
Hello, how you doing, guys?
Good to hear you, mate. What's on your mind?
I just want to chat about the team selection, the possible team selection for Saturday.
Give us your
what
team,
the kind of setup should be, what the setup should be, and what would be the best shape the team should be set up in.
If your team, Colin, and I'll take it.
Well, I've been thinking about it. I know there's a lot of chat about trying to get Dessers and Danilo in the team together, but I think it's more important to get Todd Cantwell and Lammers playing in the team together and playing in a system that gets the best out of both of them. Because I think ultimately that will create more goals. If you've got a bit of creativity in the middle of the park, that will ultimately create chances for whoever plays up front, whether that's Dessers or Danilo. And I think the best way to do that would be to actually play with two holding midfielders. So I would say I think the back line pretty much speaks for itself. So you're obviously going to have Butland in goals, and you're going to have Tav at right back, Davis the left hand side with Suter, and then it's either going to be Yilmaz or Barisic. But for me, I would have Raskin and Jack, the two sitting midfielders. That'll allow the three in front of them, Cantwell, Lammers, and possibly Dow, to get more involved in the game, have a bit of freedom to play further up the park, get on the ball and get some service to either Dessers or Danilo up front. And obviously, when we're attacking, the way we've been playing in pre-season, it's been the one ball that's been killing us all the time, and it's that diagonal ball over the top of the fullback when they're pushing on. I think with having Jack and Raskin sitting, that'll offer a bit of cover for that as well, which should allow a bit of width in the attack, allow hopefully bail out Barisic and Tav when they are pushing on. So what do you think of that, guys?
Good points, mate. Good points. I think that's quite a lot of similarities to your team, Southside.
Aye, Colin, you talk about when you play the two setters and you talk about playing them. I've noticed it against Olympiacos, he played like a box. system.
Aye.
So you're saying play they two holding and they two just in front of them, like in that box, or like in that sort of system, aye?
So, like, in pre-season, I've seen that they've been playing that diamond in the middle of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And I think is have Raskin just sitting there as the one holding, and then you've got you had Cantwell and Bill either side of him. I think that the diamond was meaning that Cantwell and Bill were having to drop a bit deeper into the middle of the park, and I don't think that necessarily gets the best. Particularly out of Cantwell. I think Cantwell's the main man in the team. I think you need to get him on the ball, and you want him on the ball up the park, in the opposition's end of the park, and creating things on the edge of that box.
But see, the thing is, Colin, see when we lose possession, right, or we get a turnover, it's all right having them in the positions, but we've got big holes in the middle of that midfield when we lose the ball. We've seen it in these pre-season games. Well, I think sometimes it might be a balancing act. I had Cantwell slightly on the right, but hopefully we'd go and link up with Lammers if Lammers was playing himself in the one, and I would have just played the two strikers on Saturday for the reason being you want them to start firing, and against Kilmarnock we should be able to play two strikers, and I just thought try and get them on the park and see if we can get goals out them on Saturday and get them gone. But I get what you're saying, and you've got a point. We might play another holding player in there. I like Dowell. I think Dowell would give you a good balance on the left-hand side of the midfield if you were playing a 3. But you could probably play him in as a 2. You could probably play him and Raskin together as well. You know?
I just think that playing that system, when you're looking at if you're trying to squeeze Danilo and Dessels up front together, the midfield becomes a wee bit disjointed, and you start looking to put square pegs in round holes. I think that playing with Jack and Raskin, or going forward Cifuentes and Raskin, or Cifuentes and Jack, protecting the back four and providing a sort of solid foundation to allow a bit of freedom to Cantwell and Dowell and Lammers to go and express themselves and get on the ball and higher up the park, especially in domestic games when we're not going to necessarily be doing a lot of defending, when we're going to be coming up against teams that, for the most part, don't want to play football. They're just going to sit in there. And that diamond that we've been playing is a narrow formation, and that's, for me, easy to defend against. Because all the opposition backline need to do is keep a tight line. And if you're looking for Barisic and Tav to push on, if you've got two sitting midfielders, you've got Jack and Raskin that can cover the space in behind them. If you've got one, then the space in behind the fullbacks becomes wide open, and it's susceptible to a ball over the top. And then it's a simple race between a centre forward and the centre half to get onto that ball, and then you're running back towards your own goal. That's just my opinion.
Well said, Colin. Well said, mate. Stevie, in you come, mate.
Colin, I was just going to say, I think you touched on it yourself. Kilmarnock will probably sit in. So if they sit in, do we really need two holding players? You know,
I think the point I'm making there, if you're playing with one holding midfielder, but I get what you're saying, but if we need to have a bit of width to open up teams that are going to sit in, that is basic football. You need to have width to draw the defence open. If you're going to do that, you need to protect the spaces in behind, because you're going to get caught in the break. And it doesn't matter how many strikers you've got in the park. If you can't get the service to them from the midfield, then it's again it's easier to defend against. I just think having a bit of width, protection of the fullbacks, and then runners from midfield into the box to support the lone striker is going to give you a better options. And it might sound defensive having two holding midfielders, but in actual fact, it's a more attacking formation.
Right, mate, cheers. Stevie, in you come, and then I want to know where the width is coming from. On you go, Stevie, in you come.
There's a lot of logic in what Colin's talking about. There is a lot of logic there, you know, but I just think I'm hoping that Rangers are going to go at teams for the off year. So I'm hoping Kilmarnock's going to play this low block at the odd day. And if they play the low block, there's no need for two holding midfielders for me. You know what I mean? But I can see what Colin's saying, and I can see the logic in what he's saying. But no, for me, I would. My team was just Raskin playing the sweeper holding midfielder, and the rest of them all up the park. Because I'm hoping we're going to just go at them, really gear them. They'll need to defend for their lives, so I don't think we're going to need two holding midfielders. But that's just my opinion, and that's what the show is all about. I understand where Colin's coming from. I get the logic.
Colin,
The one thing having all the new players in it is obviously a bonus is we've got options there that we can do either or, and the fact that we get 5 subs as well that we can use gives Beale a great chance to see if something's not working and change it.
Where's the width coming from, Colin? Where's the width coming from?
Well, the width's going to have to come from the fullbacks. The fullbacks are going to have to bomb on to provide width in the team.
What happens if we lose the ball and there's a diagonal to where they should be?
Well, that's why you have two holding midfielders, because if the ball over the top comes, you've got, say, Jack on the right hand side. If the ball comes over Tav's head, then with Jack can anticipate that ball and fill in behind Tavernier to protect that. Or if the ball's coming over the top, it could be Suter that can move over to the right to fill out to protect that ball to anticipate that ball, and then the holding midfielder can fall into the centre half position. That's why you would have two holding midfielders to protect the back line. That's their job. If you play with one, you can still do that, but I think just it gives a wee bit more stability. And you can say to the three midfielders in front of that holding two, go and get on the ball, move around. Don't necessarily need to stay in one position. You've got freedom to go and attack and run at their defence, and try and open them up.
My problem with the personnel we've got, I'll come back to you, Colin. My problem of what I watched so far is I'm worried where my width is going to come from when we break away, because the fullbacks can't be everywhere. We've been joined by Bob Chair. Evening, Bob Chair. Oh, Bob Chair with us? No.
Yeah.
Aye, that's an issue I've got south side of money. We haven't got any natural width from our forwards, have we?
No, Ryan Jack used to cover for Tav, as we've all seen in the past, when he was fit and he was reliable every week. Lundstrom doesn't have the pace. If you were playing him out there, Colin, I don't think to go in and cover. In Scotland, we're not going to come up against a lot of fast wingers, and we will be able to fling a lot of players forward. We're going to play packed defences, and we've got to find ways of opening them up, runners for midfield. You could even, if you had the two, as you're talking about, Raskin and Jack, Raskin could probably go forward with the ball as well. He does play a bit further forward for Belgium. We seem to be all thinking he's just that middle of the park defensive type player, but he gets up the park when he was playing for Belgium. But at the end of the day, I see your logic in it, but the way it is now and the way you set the midfield up, it's no look good. We've had holes all over the place, and when you've got your full backs pushed up, you're liable to get that ball knocked into that corner. And it's the same as when we're playing narrow in the new Colin. We're playing narrow as a defence. I don't like seeing that either. I think our full back should be pushing out to the winger, or else you're getting your midfield to track back. Your creative players that you're wanting to get on the ball, they're going to have to do a lot more work off the ball, especially in the European games. But in Scotland, we should have enough to beat the teams.
Aye. How would you? I think another problem there is, and an argument I'll make for the two holding midfielders is when Cifuentes comes in, if you're going to be playing that diamond, where does he fit into the team, and then who comes out of the team then to allow him to play? Are you going to start taking Raskin at the team? Because I think he's so far, so what he's shown, I think he's deserved to be one of the first names on the team sheet. And then you've got Cantwell, and if you're playing him either on the left or the right hand side of that diamond, he's another stick on. And then you've got Lammers at the top of that. That leaves one space there for a number of different players, whether that's Cifuentes or Jack or Dowell or Hadji or even the boy Sima. Where do we fit all these players into that system, into that formation?
I think you're looking for today and you're looking for tomorrow, mate. I mean, if you were talking about the game at Rugby Park, I get it, everybody's fit. But if last year taught you a lot, in three weeks' time, not everybody's going to be fit. And you have to deal with it. If we're going to have a successful season, we're going to be using 16, 17 players regular, and they're going to play a lot of football. Hopefully 2 cup finals, good run in Europe, and obviously every league game right up to the win it, being competitive. So everybody will get their chance. Southside.
Aye, I mean, like you're saying Colin Raskin deserves to start, and aye, he looks good for what we've had in our squad before. But if that Cifuentes comes in and he maybe plays in that middle of the park bit, and Raskin's no on it, or you think we're going into a calendar of 3 games a week, so there should be game time for a good number of the players. I think you want to get a settled 11, but you'll probably have maybe 14 players that he would think that could be in his 11 at any one given time, that he'd be quite happy to put in and take one out in his head, I would imagine. And like you said, you've not even mentioned Sakala if he's still there, and you've got Sima, who could give you the width if you're not using the fullbacks to do it. So it's up to Michael Beale. We're just hoping that he's got all these players. He's probably looking like there's 2 for every position, is what he was wanting. So they'll all have to fight it out, but we need to get a settled team on the park, and it'll be down to him to pick what he thinks is his best 11, and hopefully they'll do the business for the Glasgow Rangers.
I think Bob Jerry's still joining. Bob Jerry, you with us? No, he's not with us. He must be taking the dogs for a walk. It's going to be interesting. How do you think it's going to go yourself, Colin?
I'm pretty positive, no matter what system we set up in. I'm pretty sure we'll get a win. I'm pretty confident about the game against Kilmarnock, although our biggest problem last season was opening up teams that sat in and make it difficult for us to play it, and that's exactly what we're going to get on Saturday. I'm saying my head's saying 2-0 to Rangers. I'd like to see Dessels or Danilo or whoever starts up front getting on the score sheet, give them a bit of confidence. But my heart says I'd love to go out and beat them 5-0 or something. Put a right good marker down. But the one concern is finding a consistent system that's going to work to open up defences and get our best players on the park and finding a good system to go forward throughout the season. No matter who we're playing, we'll just play the same way and that we can win games. That's all that I kind of hope for.
Aye. I hope you're right. I hope. Listen, Michael Beale obviously made a couple of big games that we didn't do so well in, but ultimately against the low block, if you like, Stevie, we can't well come in. We did, when he started playing well for us and get involved in the team, we did beat some of these teams easier than we'd done in the earlier part of the season.
There was one game. There was one game in particular for last season that I always cast my mind back to. That I could see. It was a game against, I think it was Partick Thistle in the cup, the first half, and he tried to play Dick in a narrow formation, and I don't know if you'll remember, he played Hadji and Cantwell on for the start, the same in the same team for the start, and they kind of stood on each other's toes for that first half, and it was dead scrappy. And I just hope that we're not in that kind of situation again where if you're playing a narrow formation and you're maybe asking Cantwell and Lammers to do the same job and they two kind of cancel each other out. That would be my only sort of concern. And
all right, cheers, mate. Stevie, in you come, bro.
Listen, I just think he's got that much personnel to choose from now, and he's got different formations now. I think the low block that you were asking me about there, Ox, I don't think it'll be much of a problem this season. If you notice, we've signed a lot of height, and I think that will definitely combat a lot of the low block carry on. Well, we've signed a lot of big boys. I mean, Lammer scored a nice goal there with Seed. You've got Seamus, a big boy. You've got the Diallo and the other boy up front, and the Deserts. They're all big, tall boys. They're all physical. So I think that's probably one of the ways that I'm thinking the low block shouldn't be a problem now, because we've got wingers that can swing that ball. And if these guys are on the middle and they're hungry enough, we'll easily, out of 10 crosses, we should be scoring at least one of them anyway. And the best form of defence is attack, so we keep attacking. We shouldn't need to worry about our defence. But it's saying that I still do think we need a centre half to buy a centre half. But regarding our formations, the players, and I mean, we've not got 7 games getting into August, getting into September here between the League Cup and Europe and the league. We've not got 7 or 8 games to 1 month, so we're going to need a big squad. And I know that Colin was saying it's a bit of a worry, where do all these guys go? Well, there's going to be horses for courses, isn't there? There's going to. So that's how it's going to roll.
Listen, Colin, first time call, mate. Great call, mate.
Well done, mate.
It's good to talk to you, even though I was a wee bit nervous. But
no, not at all.
I always enjoy listening to your show and listening to the boys talking about Rangers.
You popped your cherry now, mate. Come and join us anytime.
I'm sure I'll be back after Saturday. Maybe for hopefully celebrating a win. All right.
Great to speak to you, mate. Thanks a lot.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
good night.
Cheers. Good night, mate. Last word for your good self, Big Stevie.
Another brilliant night with my wingman. He's really made my night booking around country. That's really made my night. I'm going to chuckle myself to sleep at night. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. I hope you get yourself sorted out Southside. I know you will. You know every duck track, all the mountains in every country, you know. So the bottom line is, mate, it's good as all a wee chuckle and a bit of fun. And then James came on for Tennessee and doing you brilliant. What a night I've had. I'll tell you, it's been absolutely fantastic. So I'd just like to say to all the listeners listening in tonight, my mate Southside, he's going through a wee bit of a dilemma now, but just let me tell you, the man will bounce back as he always does. Thanks for having me as your wingman, Southside. Thanks for having me on, Ox. And thanks to all the callers that have called in tonight. And the boy calling there, brilliant. He came on with a lot of good points, a lot of good logic. Well done.
Yeah. The man of the evening, Southside.
Aye, good to be on with my big mucker, the Capitano, up for the drum. By the way, just before I go, I got a text in for a listener saying the Big Steve would be happy if they moved them further away for the pie stall, the UB mob. So just shows you the listeners have taken that listening in. He said they wouldn't be complaining if he took that. But no, great to be on. It was good to hear Colin on the show. He made a lot of good points. And it was good to be on with yourself, Fox, as usual. Be bit of banter and a wee bit of passion about the Rangers is what we talk about. And I'll see the big man at Rugby Park on Saturday. And it'll be a Rangers win, hopefully. 3 points in the bag for the famous Glasgow Rangers. So thanks for having us on, Ox.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Southside Super 6, mate. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Aye, well, all be revealed, I think, Friday night.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Another donation. Listen, thanks to James from Tennessee. And of course, Colin, who phoned in for the first time. Nice to hear from Colin. Bob G, I was sitting in the back chair. I hope he's all right. He might have just found his mute button and no worked out come half, but there we go. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the show. And of course, the one and only Southside and Big Stevie for joining us and making that a good laugh and the passion for the Rangers shines true. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.